Hi, everybody. I'm Kate, and today I'm going to be talking about the YouTube channel, The Basement Yard. The Basement Yard is a comedy podcast hosted by Joe and Frank. They currently have 1.28 million subscribers and 507 videos. We just take a look up here. Um, they are a comedy podcast, but typically just talk about random topics, have guest stars on. um, share personal stories, and debate. They are linked to Instagram and TikTok, and they started in February 10th, 2018. I would say that their niche would probably be the podcast setup. I think in 2018 it became a very big trend, as well as the way that they talk throughout the podcast. It's not structural. It's very casual, flows very easily, very back and forth, very humorous. Their target audience would most likely be young adults from 18 to 35, um, podcast listeners that like to play it while they're doing other activities, as well as fans of comedy. Their typical content is videos that can range from an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the topic, um, as well as personal experiences that they've gone through. They guest speakers, kind of just a little bit of stuff like that. So now on to their performing videos. The first video we are going to talk about is their YouTube video, which is an hour and 6 minutes long, called Dating Apps Are Getting Too Specific. This is video 447. It was posted a year ago, and it has 724 and 116 views. Okay, so just looking at this video a little bit, the hook happens within the first 10 seconds. They typically immediately introduce the topic that they're going to be talking about, which would be how dating apps are getting too specific. The exit points is most likely um, like the length of the video. It's typically a long video, an hour. People could probably fall off for interest, as well as interrupting ads in between from YouTube. Their call to action is at the end of the video. If I put right here, I'll show you right here. Let's go all the way through. Oh, ad. A little bit further. Okay, so right here at the end, they're talking about the links to go follow and the platforms that they are on and who they are. So that would be their call to action, and it happens right at the end of the video, just before the video times out. Yeah. I think the call to action is very clear. They're telling exactly what they want the audience to do. They want you to go search up their usernames on their platforms, give them a follow, share their content, and like their stuff. So our next video that we will be talking about is their less performing video, which would be Growing Up in the 90s, video number 531. It is a hour and 25 minutes long and has 483 K views. It was only posted 3 months ago, so that could be why it is one of their least performing videos. Um, But to say again, their hook started up at the beginning when they introduce themselves and state the topic that they're going to be talking about. The exit points will be the length of the podcast. This one is longer than the last video we talked about, so that can also um, the length of the podcast could probably like okay. Their lowest performing video, right? Their lowest performing video is Growing Up in the 90s. It is video number 531 and it is a hour and 25 minutes long. So this video got 483K views. It was only posted 3 months ago, so it could be that could be the reason why the views aren't as high as the other videos. Could be some other things too. As well as their hook starts off in the beginning as well as the last video we talked about in the beginning where they introduce themselves. Oh, sorry, I don't have the captions on for this one. Where they introduce themselves and then they um, bring up what they're going to be talking about. This one is a little bit harder to identify the hook because it is very conversation style, back and forth. They don't necessarily just state this is what we're talking about. They kind of just dive right into it. Um, so yeah, they the exit points would probably be the fact that hey, it's a long introduction. Like I said, it's not very clear on exactly what the topic's about. They do just jump right into it. That could cause viewers to have some confusion as well as lack of interest. Another thing would be the length of the length of the video. This one is an hour and almost an hour and a half longer than the last video too, which is typically pretty long for a podcast. And then the last one would probably be as well YouTube ads popping up, having disruptions during the video. Their call to action is placed again at the end where they talk about um, yeah, right here where they talk about oh, oh, this is an ad. Where they talk about who they are, the podcast, they thank everybody, and then they ask people to follow them on Instagram, find them on different platforms. Then they tell them where that their podcast will be coming out the week after. So yeah, just pause that right there. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back onto this screen. Okay. So my recommendations would be to have a stronger opening hook, clearly identify what the conversation is going to start off with. I think they have great momentum with the back and forths. I think that is very engaging for audience, but I think there is confusion, especially if you're actively listening while trying to do something else. A lot of going back and figuring out exactly where the conversation switched, what they're talking about, when it would be easier just to state up front, being this is what the YouTube video is about, and let's get into it. So there's that. Um, I would probably shorten the videos as well. The length of them can be very daunting. Less people are likely to view such a lengthy video. So shortening it maybe to like 40 minutes. I know that's like it's hard to get a lot of information in when you have a time restriction, but I think it would definitely improve viewership. And I would also recommend putting their call to actions kind of probably mid video, just being like see what you like so far. give us a follow, subscribe, find us on our other platforms. Just a little bit of information, not to leave it at the end, because if people aren't making it all the way through the video, they're most likely not reaching the call